Hello and welcome. In this video I will make quite a few stupid things. I have a few not bright ideas and I will fail quite a few times. However, I will learn quite a bit. And in the meantime I might swear once or twice. Anyway, let's start. So, a couple of years ago I had an amazing idea to learn how to steam bend wood, and I thought, how hard can it be? Later on I thought I will use all my scrap wood and I will make for my partner a couple of little shelves so that they will complement part of the wall between our kitchen and the living room. Hence, I milled all the scrap wood, and I never did it in the past, so I thought I would just try Iroko, mahogany and English plain. Unfortunately, most of the wood that I had was kiln dry, which is not the best one. Oh, by the way, this is the first bad idea. Try to run through the planer quite a few pieces at the same time. Bad idea. And they were too short. Maybe if they would be longer, that's a different story. Anyway, let's start with the building of the steam box. Because the shelves were not too long, I thought I don't need a huge box, and for this part of the project I used all my scrap wood as well all the scrap plywood. And plywood was really good, did the trick. However, one end and one long face I made out of the scrap piece that I had from like a melamine chipboard, which over a couple of uses started to delaminate and was a poor choice. So that's goal number 1, which went shit. Okay, let it cool down and let's see how it goes next time. Lessons learned. Another change that I have made was to buy a fresh green cut ash, and you can see the moisture content around 20 odd %. I have to highly recommend Seb from Treetops and Train Tracks in Wales. They have an amazing campsite in Wales. If you would like, guys, just to go and spend a couple of days in Wales, I would highly recommend the spot. That is the link at the bottom of the page. The guys are having a really new and nice setup, and I would just recommend as a camping place to venture in Wales. Anyway, I bought from Seb a couple of boards, so I had to cut them, plane them, and make them slightly thinner than the original batch. So I started going down with the thickness, so that hopefully the ratio of the bend radius versus the thickness of the board will be slightly better, and it will allow me to flex the wood easier. I have to say that I do like the small workshop setup with fairly light machines that I can just move them around. Yes, of course, I would like slightly bigger space with a bigger tools, but overall I'm quite happy with it. And again, the belt sander is really good. It's just so easy to use it. But on this occasion I just moved it part outside so that most of the dust can escape. Anyway, so you can see on the left hand side quite a few fails. That was the first one that I tried to use ash, and it just snapped. Really frustrating. So I went back to the drawing board and I just dropped the thickness again. So now I think I'm aiming for around 8-9 millimeters, and hopefully this will allow me to flex it easier without much of the failure. So you can see how the first one relaxed and how much it lost of the curve. I don't mind, I don't care about it that much. It doesn't have to be so tight, because for my application it just doesn't matter. So this is the second one that I'm flexing, and I'm really happy because it almost worked both ends. Unfortunately, one side cracked. I think it is just to the orientation of the grain. I tried to pick something that will be with a nice grain alignment, but it's not always easy. I got so excited, and on that occasion you can see that I placed the metal strip on the wrong side of the flexing timber, and as you can expect, it will crack. But I'm happily carrying on, completely oblivious to the fact that I did it the wrong way around. And now you can see on the left hand side the first crack. So I'm already not happy. Yep, I agree, that's not a good one. So I thought, what would happen if I would try to flex two shorter boards at the same time? How hard can this be? And within a few seconds I realized that they just slide too much, and it's just not practical. So I took one out and just left one only. But it's quite funny, you can see how many clamps I'm using at the same time just to apply the pressure nicely. And I don't know how it works, but sometimes the piece of timber slides one out of the another, so I have to gently tap it in back into the place. But this one flexed okay, and I'm happy. So I have a tiny short oak board. Another go, and this time the metal strip is on the correct side, and I think we will have a success. Yes, we do. So I'm quite happy. I think it was go number 8, 10, I just lost the count, but we are now in about 9 mm thickness of fresh ash, and it's working fine. So being an engineer, I thought, let's speed it up, because I could do just one at a time, and I thought, let's choke 2 thinner boards at the same time, because I just made the jig male female so that it could accommodate slightly bigger thickness. And yes, you can flex 2 thinner boards at the same time. Sometimes you might get tiny scratches when one board is rubbing the other one, but nothing that the sander cannot deal with. So I'm quite happy. First good boards that are nicely flexed, so happy days. After a few goes, the steam box started to disintegrate, so you can see the top left corner that the melamine boards just started to split, so I had to use the gaffer tape to secure it back in place. In the meantime, I thought, let's go back and try to flex slightly thicker piece, since I had a few good runs on thinner ones. And I'm not sure if this was this particular board, but again, it cracked, so I'm not happy. But at that stage, I just thought enough is enough. I just needed a handful of shelves or flexed pieces so I can start sanding process and just make my partner happy, and have a couple of little shelves for the flower pots. So now you can see the thicker piece that snapped on one end. And it's quite interesting. I can't remember when is the last time that I thought, oh, it would be nice for a change to go back and sand something. Normally it's not the favorite part of the process, but on that occasion, after so many times that I failed and spent time feeding the steamer with fresh water, it was quite refreshing just to sand off the edges. But most of the parts of the board were nicely sanded with the belt sander, so it's just to cater for the tiny imperfections. And you can see on the right hand side how the thick board just delaminated and snapped. Again, not sure what was the reason behind it, could be just the grain orientation. And I had quite a few boards that failed on one side, so I thought, oh, don't throw them away, let's make a set of shelves that will be with a single curve for the change. Then carefully I marked up all the holes so I can drill holes for the rope so I can hang them later on. It was quite interesting just to mark up on a curved pieces just to set them off nicely so that it will just look properly in line with one with the other. And I used a piece of scrap wood so that I will not blow the bottom bit of the board, especially when it is so thin. And luckily, success. And time for the final sanding before oiling. So I use my oscillating sander. Yes, maybe I will one day spend some money and buy orbital sander, but at this stage it did the trick. I decided that 120 grit will be sufficient, so I gave all the boards a final once over, and it was more than sufficient, especially for the application, so I didn't bother going with higher grit on this occasion. Then I used white spirit just to wipe off any excess dust so that the oil can penetrate nicer. This one just evaporates so quickly, so by the time I finish with all of them, they were effectively dry and ready for application. And I'm using Osmo oil on that occasion. I found it slightly more durable, especially when I'm sure there will be some spilled water standing for a little bit longer. And in the top part of the screen you can still see the steam going out of the steam box, and you can see the top bit just disintegrates even more. And it is time to apply the second coat so that hopefully it will be more durable in the long run. If you have any questions, comments, I would really like if you could drop them in the comment box. At the minute I'm on, I think, 92 subscribers, so if you could hit the subscribe button, that would be absolutely amazing. if you enjoyed it, happy days. If you learned something, if you laughed a little bit, even better. Now I'm just attaching the hem ropes, and this is a little bit fiddly, just to ensure that they will be all aligned and level. Anyway, I made a decision to move the clock slightly off center to give more space for the shelves. Hopefully my line manager will approve it down the line, but anyway, I carry it on. And on the left hand side you can see a few faded pieces of timber, and that is the final product. So half bent shelves, they look quite neat. If you would like to buy them, they are available. You can check them on wtcd.co.uk, wildtakecreativedesign.co.uk. Thank you for watching and see you soon. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Bye.